everyone, this is Kalies von Kreatives Leben, and today I'm doing part 2 of my collaboration with das Tinchen. Das Tinchen has also a wonderful YouTube channel, and as you might recall, I sent her some pages for a mini album, and she has sent me some backgrounds here for an art journal. I'm going to create an art journal for her. I have already split the pages in 3 bunches, as you can see, and here, and I'm going to create 3 signatures, but before doing this I'm going to add my little twist to it, so to say, so that all the pages somehow belong together, so that's like one unity. Have fun and enjoy. I'm going to switch up the sound, I'm going to make everything go a bit faster, and I'm sure I'll show you everything when I'm done. Bye! So I'm starting basically, so on my left upper corner you can see I have put myself some tissue paper, so I'm going to collage because that's what I like doing, and basically, as you can see, it's a mixture of normal tissue paper, as you can see here. This is normal tissue paper, different colors and greens and blues, because this is the theme that I've decided to use for Tinchen because of her own background, but also because I know she likes vintage style, and I've decided to go with browns and greens and turquoise. And I'm using this standard tissue paper, but I'm also using some tissue paper that I have prepared. So, for example, this one, as you can see, I used a stencil. This is a jelly plate print that I did on my tissue paper, and I love using this because I can put it on top of everything, and I don't need to take out my stencils. I can just collage, and I love collages anyway. And I've decided just to take the collage in the colors that I like. So because I was talking of jelly plate, here is my small jelly plate, and I have 2 brayers. I have one for my paint and one to brayer down the page and to get as much as possible. As you can see here, I was not too happy with the print, so that's why I'm taking the second brayer and using it in the future. And I'm trying to use every part, so I'm using the ghost print, of course, and I'm using the stencil paint, so the paint that is on the stencil. So I'm trying not to lose anything and making sure that I really use all parts of it. It's a lot of fun. I'm not thinking too much, and some parts I prefer to others. Here, this is very bright, and you won't see it. I will show you when I show you the art journal. I will do a flip through of my finished art journal once it's done. And I'm just using paints that I have put around me. So you can see from Liquitex, Heavy Body Vert d'eau éclatant, so a very bright watercolor green, and then I have from Sennelier turquoise, I have from Amsterdam turquoise blue. So all these blue and turquoise colors that I have, and they all have different shines. And here, this is also a great color. This is Viva Decor Rusty Patina Oxide. This is exactly the vintage style I'm trying to give to her stuff. I'm not too much of a vintagey girl, but I'm trying, I'm trying my best. And I'm more into the blues, but that's why I'm using some brown, because it's not about me, it's about what I'm creating for Tinchen, and she has to like it. So of course I need to like it as well, because you want to send something you like, but I want to send her something she will like as well. So I'm having fun. It's 20 pages, so I won't bore you with showing you all 20 pages. I'm basically showing you all the different steps. After the collage, basically, I did my jelly plate printing, and that helped me create some backgrounds and bring them all together. That was important to me. I wanted that the art journal looks like it was done at the same time, and it will make it easier for her to reuse it. So once this was done, I went into painting. We had agreed that I would paint some, but I would leave some for her. And with 20, that's not difficult. I think I did around 4 to 5 pages, so 1/4, maybe a little bit more. Whatever inspired me, and I fancied and wanted to use. So, for example, I like this one. This is out of a coloring book. And what I like about this one is the fact that I use the tissue paper. And I know that some of you might think, really? But I think it makes it a little bit more interesting. And I'm taking on, I can still see underneath what what was underneath. So I'm really using it to color it out with my paint. I'm using the same colors that I was using before. I'm adding some gold from Eco Design Gold, so to make it more sparkly and also a bit vintagey, and to have this brown, golden, rusty style that I wanted. So yeah, that is one of the pages that I created. Oh, and here I'm using my mermaid marker, and I'm not sure this was a good idea because they are very juicy, which is great, but this paper was very thin, so some of it seeped through, which is okay, it gives new structure for the thing that is underneath, but probably I could have avoided that. And I love I love how everything comes together now with this painting, and it gets, it's fun. You can see, the music notes and everything. So this one is a page I knew I wanted to finish for Tinchen, because I love what she has done using this eye and this lips. And you can see, I don't know, by mistake, she got something on her mouth, like a stick, and I felt it looks like a cigarette. So this is what she's going to have in her mouth. She's going to get a cigarette. And what you see me doing now is I'm going in with my flesh tint from Schminke, and this is one of the colors I've been using a lot lately because I love doing faces, and yeah, most of the time I do Caucasian faces. Maybe I should vary a little bit. So I'm painting, and what I'm going to do is use what is there. So I'm going to redo her mouth. I want to use the same pink as before, and then I'm going to use my Van Dyke brown for her, and also to create some shadows, and for her eye. So the colors I'm using are similar to the colors I was using before. I'm also using the ochre. I'm just trying to find what color that is. I think it's an ochre. Yeah, just an ochre. I think it's called ochre. And from Amsterdam. So I'm going in on the lips because I wanted it to link better to the rest. And this is also from Amsterdam. It's my primary magenta. It's a great color. I'm also going to put some on the cheek, but I'm going to mix it up with some fresh flesh color, so that it doesn't stand out too much. So it's a little bit fainter, as you can see. So she's getting some blush here. This face was a lot of fun, but I realize now when I'm painting her nose that something is a little bit wonky. I guess the mouth is too small compared to the eyes, and the mouth also is too close to the eye. But it's a fun face. I really enjoyed this one, so I don't mind. I'm just finishing. I'm putting some finishing touches using my Titan Buff to create some lights on the lips, on the nose, and also in the eye. Because as you can see on the left-hand side, her eye is not white. It's not pure white. It's Titan Buff. And here now I'm doing my third painting that I'm going to show you. The others I will only show you close-ups because otherwise I'm going to bore you to death. This is linked to my one of the classes I'm doing right now, which is from Juliet Crane, where I'm basically painting a face. It's a very simple face, you know, not very detailed, very simple mouth and eyes. And I started painting the face, and then I decided that I wanted to do some doodling, to do some more things on my background. And this is my a gold pen, a gold gel pen. And yes, you will see some of it in the background afterwards. You will see. I know it's always tough. I create all this background and then I put another layer on top of it. But you know, this is part of the fun. It's you. Sometimes I do it on purpose, and sometimes I just feel that it's not complete, so I do more. Here I'm using two colors. One is the Van Dyke brown from Schminke, and the other one is the golden burnt amber light. I'm creating shadows with it, and with my flesh tint and with the magenta, the primary magenta, I'm creating, you know, I'm using the same colors as before, if you recall. Here, this is the Titan Buff, and because I wanted to keep some of the background, I've decided to use some white, and I'm using the Zinc White, which is a transparent white, which is an advantage because I wanted to keep my background. The disadvantage of it is it's a very cold white. It's not a white I like very much. But I had to make a choice, and I decided to go with it. You see immediately what I mean. It's a very cold white. If I would have chosen Titan White, it would have been better, but it would have been more opaque. So I'm using it also in the eyes, then I'm using it in the hair to give it some structure. And my little woman is getting almost there. I'm just realizing that probably she would need something for her dress, so I'm creating some color, and I'm using my Holbein Aqua Blue paint, a very bright blue, light blue, very interesting. So here I'm playing around, giving her some very blue eyes, some dots, playing around, and here putting some paint on her dress. So here you see two other paintings that I have done. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Please check Tinchen's channel. And if you want to see how I put all these pages together into an art journal, check my next video. Bye bye.